Our next speaker is a unique person, as we all are, but his story is unique in my experience. Father Jorge Sotelo is an Episcopal priest at St. Michael's Church, but he's also an initiated member of our movement. He's a disciple of Jivananda Prabhu, who's sitting over, just looking like a pumpkin over there. just like a pumpkin. Initiated as Hangsa Balaram Das in ISKCON, a disciple of Jivananda Prabhu, Father Sotelo is a wonderful example of how we are not interested in converting people to a particular religious faith. But what we are interested in is spreading universal spiritual principles like cleanliness, kindness, truthfulness, self-control, and bringing people together to sing universal, non-sectarian names of God. So, Father Sotelo, please give us some words of wisdom.
Thank you. It's a real privilege to be here tonight. I come not representing all Christians. I come representing myself and the fact that I have been an Episcopal priest for 41 years. Throughout my spiritual journey, I've come to some conclusions about the spiritual life and religion. John Shelby Spong, an Episcopal bishop, has said this: God is not a Christian. God is not a Jew or a Muslim or a Hindu or a Buddhist. All of these are human systems which human beings have created to try and help us walk into the mystery of God. I honor my tradition, I walk through my tradition, but I do not think that my tradition defines God. I think it only points me to God. This message is true for me. I walk through my Christian tradition, but I don't think that my Christian tradition defines God. I think it only points me to God. I believe God is a communicator, always seeking to communicate with us in various ways. God communicates through language, through written word, through nature, experience, dreams, and through other pathways. As a thinking person, I came to believe that God could not have only started communicating with us through the Jewish and Christian people within the time frame of our given traditions. I first came to the Krishna temple in 2011, and being a vegetarian at first, the draw was the wonderful food. I learned that the food was blessed, and it's blessed in that all the food that is prepared here is first offered to God and then to the public. I came to meet Mother Sandamani and the temple president and other devotees of Krishna, and I've always been interested in all things spiritual and religious, so I began to ask a lot of questions. I learned that Krishna is in this tradition, God. Not a new, not a different God from the one I've come to know and serve as a Christian, but the same God. I learned that they have their scriptures. They're contained in the volume called the Bhagavad Gita, and that these scriptures date back 5,000 years. As one who loves God and seeks to serve Him, I wanted to know what God had to say to the people of India 5,000 years ago. I began to attend classes and lectures here at the center, and I began to see that the God I knew as a Christian and the God of Krishna movement was one and the same. God had not suddenly changed His mind. God was one supreme being. As humans, we come from God. We are sent here for a time. We are actually spirit beings contained in these bodies. Our time on earth is to be spent in service to God and others. We must serve in love and humility, and our ultimate goal is to return to God. I learned that members of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness followed 4 regulative principles: no alcohol, no meat, no gambling, no illicit sex. Even before I came to the movement, I do not drink, I am a vegetarian. I have no money, so I don't gamble. I have been in a committed relationship for 36 years, and so I was following Krishna and didn't know it. The idea of a teacher and student relationship has been around for many thousands of years. The Lord Jesus Christ was a teacher and had his students and his disciples. And I had always desired to have such a teacher and a guide to act as a companion on my spiritual journey. I found such a teacher in His Grace Jivananda Dasa Banachari. I was initiated as a disciple and given a spiritual name. My name is Hamsa Balaram. I continue my ministry as a priest in the Episcopal Church and a member of the ISKCON Temple, and happily so. Thank you.